Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. Well, that was a very brief countdown. You're looking at a KV-220-2. It's a Tier 5 Soviet heavy, a premium heavy. This one's located on the south spawn of Widepark, and it's under the command of BertholomaeusRexodus44x2 of the TLG clan. That's quite a mouthful. Okay, well, the KV-220-2 first appeared on the RU server, and you couldn't find it on any other server to start with, but they then introduced it to other servers in the end. Cruiser Mark IV? Oh dear. Yeah. Oh, we got a bit of a ram out of him there. He didn't get the kill. Apparently, the cruiser went down to the BT-7. But, yes, he did take part of it, and he got the hit points. Okay, what have we got the other side? Well, there's an M10 and a Mitsu 108, that Japanese tank, the heavy tank. Doesn't get the first shot in. And he bounces the round. Now, basically, the KV-220-2 was an improvement of the KV-1. They actually started improving it almost immediately. They started making the real thing, the original KV-1. And you can see he's putting holes into the enemy there, but he's actually using the 76mm gun, not the high-powered 85mm. No, the KV-220-2 was so early, it actually had, according to Wargaming, the original ZIS-5 main gun, 76. It's only capable of 110 alpha and 99mm of pen, but with the premium rounds, it actually goes up. You get a bit more pen. In fact, it goes up as far as 121 to 109. Oh, takes down the Mitsu, but now he needs to take care of these guys, otherwise he's going to have trouble, because they'll shoot into his side. Now, basically, it's a Tier 7 hull, because this is one of the stages on the development of the KV-1. Okay, he takes down the Skoda. Now he's going to tear this VK3001H apart. The guy just sitting there should have taken action to get into cover quickly. But look at that, gone down. Now the turret on the KV-220-2 is actually fairly weak because it's a standard KV-1 turret. But the hull, as I said, is Tier 7. It's an upgraded version with much more armor. In fact, it's normally, according to the details, it says it has 120mm of armor at the front. But in actuality, the KV-220 actually had 110mm. So it was just basically a KV-1 that was lengthened and had much more armor on it. So it was much stronger. Now you notice that one didn't go through, but he's got a T6 medium there, I think, and he's gone down. So he's now up to 3 kills, and his teammates are fighting for the kills. They actually want the kills for themselves. You can see just ahead of us is the KV-1SA, which is much more kind of rounded than the KV-220, which is just very, very rough. It's a just an extended, elongated KV-1, whereas the other one is a KV-1 with an auto reloader in. There's only 2 enemies left. They completely obliterated the enemy team, and just around the corner is an Archer and a Valiant. Well, there's the there's the Valentine AP. Actually, it wasn't a Valiant, Valentine AP, and he's just punching holes in the gun guard, which is of course the weak spot. There's the Archer. One more shot to kill. Oh, he doesn't get that one. And that's the end of the game. So a very brief game in the KV-220-2. Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for BertholomaeusRexodus44x2 of the TLG clan in the KV-220-2, the Tier 5 Soviet Premium Heavy. He also managed to get a fighter badge for taking out at least 4 enemy tanks. He got 4 exactly, a shell-proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a shell-proof, fire for effect rather, for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and on top of that he got a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall, and it takes a lot of shells to do that as well. And of course, it's only 110, so it takes a while to get those into the enemy. But he did get the highest damage, and he also got a Confederate hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And on top of that, he got a win rate of 9,046, which is a very high score indeed as well for a battle that's very, very short in duration. He also got, as you can see here, 2,897 hit points. In fact, he was the only one who managed to get over 2,000 hit points. The only other person being over 1,000 is the Stugfear on his team, who managed 1,310. And in third place, you can see the highest damage was the Panzerfumfear. And that's quite surprising, because that's actually quite an OP medium tank. But he actually he was outplayed by KV-220. When it came to kills, he's got the highest number of those, but he actually shares it with the KV-1 because they both have 4 kills each. The next highest being the Skoda T24 on his team with 2 kills. And nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and only 4 of them actually got kills at all in that game. They were completely outsmarted. And when it came to base XP, BertholomaeusRexodus is the only one to get over 1,000. In fact, he got 1,780, which is on the high side. The next highest scorer being the Panzerfumfear with 680, and after that, the Stugfear with 660. So you can see he basically dominated that game. And if we look at details, we can see he only fired 31 shots, but he got 27 direct hits and 26 penetrations. Admittedly, he did use a lot of premium ammo in that game. 2,897 hit points of damage, of which 106 were at more than 300 meters. So most of the damage done at short range, close range. 10 hits received, only 1 of which penetrated, 9 non-penetrations. Again, this just goes to show how tough and strong the armor on those on the hull is. In fact, it's 100 millimeters on the sides and the rear of the KV-220 and 120 millimeters at the front. Although those figures are slightly different to the real figures that Wargaming actually have put in their wiki. 1,185 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, 890 hit points of damage assistance. Now, he earned 121,938 credits on a premium count, and he got 65,000 bonus in there, which more than counteracted the fact that he did play with a lot of premium ammo. And he also earned 9,078 base experience point, well, but not base, but that's the base there, 1780. 9,078 experience points out of that game, including getting bonuses and mission reward. And the mission reward was in free XP as well, which is always welcome because, of course, it means you can skip over guns that you don't really want to play or any module that you want to get early. Anyway, that's the end of the first game. Yes, it's a 2-game video. BertholomaeusRexodus sent it to replays. Let's have a look at the second one and see how well he does in that. The second replay is on Redshire, and we're on the North Spawn in the Fifi. Yes, Fifi La Pew Pew, otherwise known as a Leppy, a Leaflo, or a leFH. This one is, yes, well, he's on the North Spawn, and he's gone straight into the woods, the cops, for protection. I'm not sure if he's going to stay here, but it is actually quite a conventional place to go. Oh, somebody knocked a tree down, but he's not interested in that. He's more interested in getting a shot on the enemy, and we just saw a tree fall on the enemy side, on the hill, so there's more than likely somebody up there. He's going to fire a blind shot. Oh! That was a direct hit with a heat round, and he just hit somebody hard. If it was a direct hit, it may have penetrated. when he spotted a Crusader down in the water. And again, no explosion, so obviously he hit the target. It looks like the Crusader suddenly appeared, missing most of his hit points. So he fires another one in. Nope, didn't get the T-3485. Okay, we've got an M10 RBFM. Let it dial in. Let it settle. One shot should be enough to wipe this guy. Ramps out. Oh, he's definitely got a direct hit with that one too. So, yes, he's certainly working with the heat rounds. Yes, people forget that a lot of the tanks at tier 4, tier 5, and this is a tier 6 game actually with tier 4 tanks in it. So actually it's a tier 6 game with tier 5 tanks in it. And oh my god, he's just wiped out the AMX 12 ton. And it looks like he actually stopped the BDR G1B from going anywhere. And that guy's got wiped out now as well. This is a really big game in terms of penetrations. Okay, fires another heat round in. Oh, narrowly misses that T-3485. I hope he's not going to regret that later on. KV-1SA, the auto-loading KV-1. Rounds out. Oh, and he's penetrated that one too. Now, the alpha on the heat rounds is 350, but the penetration's 104 millimeters, which means at this tier, most of those shells are just going to go straight through the enemy, no problem at all. Probably wants to wait for that guy to come just underneath the bridge before he fires. But it looks like that was on the ground just in front of him. I think that one didn't actually contact it. I think he was just a fraction too late. But so far, BertholomaeusRexodus is not showing any kills. He's had a huge amount of hits and loads of pens, but no kills. And yet again, he hits somebody and the shell goes through. I don't think those are ones that have hit the ground and just made a fizzle. Okay, well, he got a pen on the heavy tank number 6. The Tiger tank copy. I'm not sure he'll be able to reach that far. He's just outside his range. He is right at the top of the map at the moment. You can see the enemy is kind of strong on this side of the map, which is not good. Although we do have a few tanks up the hill. Our bishop's gone up the hill as well, and he could get wiped out. But there's Chaffee 594. He's running away quickly, rounds out. He is very good at this, though. Very good with these shots. Okay. Lining up the Chi-Nu. Oh, and he stopped him, but he tracked him. That one hit the tracks, and he's picking up damage assist, even though he didn't actually do the damage. Oh, and he missed out on the kill there. That was unfortunate, but he did get the damage assist off the track. Wow. Let's see what he can do next. Well, we've got a VK3601H, just the other side of the bridge. Waiting for him to pull back. And that one landed just behind him. Okay. You might have to switch to the HE round sooner or later. It's going to be an expensive game when it comes to heat rounds. They are not cheap. Oh, and that one hit the ground, even though it appeared to go through the bridge. Fires again. Again, it looks like it went through the bridge. I think there's a botch in the video mechanics that Wargaming haven't actually... Oh, they did fix... That one went in. That one definitely penned. Yeah, so sometimes you see shells, artillery shells, instead of coming in from above, they seem to go through the ground and then hit the target. Okay, he's loading the HE now. There's the VK. And he gets a nice hit there for 196. He's still racking up masses of damage. Now, the annoying thing is the enemy team's actually got more damage at the moment than we have. And again, that's another direct hit, but I think that was from the bishop. Okay, he's lost sight of the enemy. Standard reload, 8.92 seconds. He's got a reload time of 7.51. Here's Yeshi 100. Here's that Simu, I think it's the enter effing anything. I won't say the full word, but you know what I mean. That's what they used to call it. Always fired. And, oh, again, it looks like it got a direct hit on the Yeshi 100, hiding in those bushes. And again, I think that was also a direct hit. I'm going to see a huge total for damage for BertholomaeusRexodus, mainly down to all those heat rounds that he fired. That definitely penetrated. We're down 2 on the enemy at the moment, and we're expecting enemy tanks to be coming into sight. There's nothing between us and them, and there's no tanks left on the hill other than the 60G FT and the Bishop. The Type T-34 will tell us if the guys have gone into that corner, but they won't be able to do much about it. Yes, this is not looking good now because we've got 2 enemy tanks blocking our guys coming down from the Zeppelin, and they've also got a T-67 in the rear who's acting as back guard. And we can hear damage being done, so they're definitely moving about. Okay, there's a VK. That's the one that was formerly near the castle and has actually moved over to the Zeppelin side. You can see one of the shells that hit the side of the vehicle, lighting it up. Oh, he fired just as the guy stopped, got tracked. Might be able to get a shot in before the guy gets untracked. And he does. He gets a direct hit. Not sure where it went, though. Fires another one in just as he moves away, but he did get a hit. It's not quite maximum range, but it's certainly very accurate shots. Oh, yes, he gets the kill. Now, the enemy is coming up by the other route on the west side. The T-34 spotted this heavy tank number 6, who we fired at before and got hits on. And he's out of the game, so at least the Type did get some damage. But we're scrolling over to the T-67 over by the Zeppelin. We're 1 down on the enemy. He gets the T-67. The M6, of course, has a 90mm gun. There's that AMAC. Can you get a shot? Goes for the gap. Rounds out. Close. Yes, the AEC is going to be out to outdrive the M6. All he has to do is keep that guy at a distance. But it now looks like he's pulling away and drawing that guy into a trap with a T-34-85. The numbers are now equal, so obviously that's good, because we've managed to claw it back. Trying to get that AC is difficult. He's on the move again. There you go. Fires one in. Oh, so close. And now the M6 is being chased by the T-34 and the 85, and he's being chopped to pieces. And I suspect that the enemy Arty is also having a go at him. Oh, he's stabbed me, and he's gone. So now we're down to just the Type T-34 who's going down the west side of the map. He's no help to the Bishop and to us. And I think the Bishop, well, although he's up on that ridgeline, looking down over the tanks that are actually coming up on the east side of the map, he's going to get picked off the moment they see him. He's pulling back now, actually. I think he's realised that there's no chance. The problem is the view range. We just can't match the view range of the enemy tanks. They're going to be all over us by the time that we spot them. And right at the other end of the map, an SU-122 has been spotted by the T-34, but the SU-122 goes in and ram kills himself. But at least he'll get something out of that. The AEC has just found our Bishop, and he's fired, but he's missed. We fired and missed as well, and the Bishop is being torn to shreds. Here comes the T-34, and he easily gets the kill there. And now they're headed in our direction. It's 3 versus 2. And of course our T-34, Type T-34, is in completely the wrong place. And now we're not going to see them, even though this Arty does have 390 meters view range. There's so many trees in here, we can't see anything. That's why the copse is not normally the best place to be, unless you're sitting right on the edge of the copse and can pull back in for security. Actually being in the copse means that the enemy can come in behind you and you wouldn't know. In fact, that's exactly what the AEC's done. He's coming from the side. He gets wiped out with a snapshot. But now we've got to face the T-34-85. And the enemy Arty is also firing at us. That's the Gorilla. Our Type T-34 is right down the other end of the map, and he's coming north as fast as he can, having failed to find the Gorilla. And we're expecting that T-34-85 to come at us. In fact, he went south to kill the Type T-34, and now we're the last one on our team. And he's headed north towards us. 2-minute warning has gone. All he can do now is go defensive right in the corner of the map. Oh, he's been spotted already, which probably means the Gorilla has actually come north. And I would not be surprised if we found out that the Gorilla is only a short distance away. Okay, he's backing away from the enemy. Here he comes. Oh, it is the Gorilla. Oh, he gets him with a shotgun. Nice kill. Into the last minute. Unfortunately, it means the T-34-85 knows exactly where we are. And even if we back behind the rock, he's still going to be able to get a shot. And one shot is probably going to take us down. Because after all, he's got a 180 alpha. In fact, I think it's slightly lower than 180 up. There he is. There he is. Can we get a shot? Oh, no. Well, valiant try. 1-on-1. But unfortunately, it was the end of the game. Well, despite the fact that that was a defeat, it was also an ace tanker game for BertholomaeusRexodus44x2 TLG clan in the Fifi. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He got 14, and he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. He's winning that game 6,787, which is very good indeed. Super Unicum level and a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he got the highest damage in the game, but it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool, and that's why he didn't get the high caliber. He got 2,100 hit points of damage. Second highest was the M10 RBFM on the enemy team, 2021. And the third highest damage, well, that was the M6 on his own team with 1,474. So despite the fact that he got a Confederate and did the most damage, unfortunately, he couldn't win the game. But it was down to a 1-on-1 between him and that T-34-85. And I'm afraid that guy was quicker on the gun than he was. And he actually picked up a Scoochie's medal because he killed the Bishop as well as the Fifi. And he got a Top Gun as well for 6 kills. And yes, he is the top of the table when it comes to kills with 6. 3 kills went to BertholomaeusRexodus and also to the heavy tank number 6 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, we can see that the highest was the M10 RBFM with 990. 830 went to the T3485, who was the sole one left at the end of the game. And in third place was BertholomaeusRexodus with 760. Even though he was on the losing team, he put in such an effort that he got a very high an experience points rather on that game. 41 shots fired, 17 direct hits, 5 penetrating shots, a lot of those for the heat rounds, 9 splash damage as well, 2,100 hit points, of which 1,530 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see a fair bit of damage was done at close range, including that nice snapshot into the gorilla. Well, it was an aim snapshot. It did work. 3 direct hits received, and they all 3 penetrated, I'm afraid, and 1 hit by way of splash damage as well. Yes, he did receive those hits from the T3485 and, of course, the AEC. 1 enemy vehicle was spotted. That was the gorilla. 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, 1,100 hit points of damage assistance. Well, that was the assist shots where he tracked enemy tanks and his teammates got the damage. He actually made a loss on this in terms of credits, 6,332, despite the fact that he had a premium account. It was mainly down to all those premium rounds he actually fired. You can see here 74,944. But he did get the Courageous Resistance Award because, of course, he got a medal, even though it was a losing or drawn game. He got 25 bonds for a mission achievement. And on top of that, he got 4,270 experience points, including the Courageous Resistance Award in there as well. So all in all, that was a very, very good one that he stood up as long as he could under the circumstances. I'm afraid that Type T34 made completely the wrong decision to drive south and try and find the enemy and ignore his teammates up in the north. He would have been much better off sniping at the enemy tanks as they were making their way towards our cap, because that at least would have given both the Bishop and BertholomaeusRexodus a chance to shoot at them and pick up some damage assist from some spotting assist rather. He would have been much better off doing that. I think the mistake made was that they didn't know where the gorilla was, and the gorilla was actually moving across the battlefield. He was actually coming north using the west side of the map, and that's how he managed to get so close to BertholomaeusRexodus and spot him just before he died at the end of the game. But that gorilla obviously wasn't very experienced because he wasn't able to get a shotgun off to actually hit BertholomaeusRexodus accurately, whereas BertholomaeusRexodus was well smart to actually get a quick shotgun in, which would actually do the most damage, and took down the gorilla. Must have hit the gun shield, actually, because I suspect that's how he got him so quickly. But it was a good game, and so I hope you enjoyed both of those replays. The KV-220-2 on Widepark, and now this one on Redshire. Yes, he gets ace tankers, doesn't always win. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please give these videos a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.